that this is like that. They form the main hydrophobic core of this protein. Now we are going to read into the mind of the protein. So we are going to go into microscopic details of protein folding and unfolding. Now we know that phenylalanine packing is very important. Now how can you play around with that? Okay. One thing that we need is DMSO. One of the, I think the person who did for us, who started playing what are DMSO, Soitot and Sushmita. Then this is the part which was done by Sushmita. That it's a beautiful thing that happens. The unfolding dynamics of HP30 is by water DMSO binary mixture, and by adding DMSO, methyl group of DMSO is hydrophobic. First phase might not be correct exact, but it captures the essential physics which I think will remain. As we increase DMSO, it acts as a denaturer. It opens up the protein. How does it do it? When it goes, DMSO goes and methyl group solvates this code and breaks it open. Remove DMSO, they fold back. And this is because of some structural transformation in DMSO. What are DMSO mixture? There is such an opening up, collapse and opening up. The kind of things Compton also saw in his solvation dynamics experiments. And now this paper is becoming a very famous paper. Many people are working on water DMSO. I think soon many more will work on water DMSO protein. Amazing. Because we thought we were working alone, in Bangalore in water DMSO. And I started because our director Boloram essentially told me, Biman, what you are doing is just useless. We don't work on water. No biologist would ever like water. I said, then what would I put? He said, put DMSO, because he was working on DMSO. He has student working on DMSO. So as a faithful student, I went and started working on DMSO. And that water DMSO itself gave enormous amount of beautiful physics. But then we put it, again for no obvious reason, the HP36, maybe because of protein folding and unfolding, I wanted to understand in the presence of a co-solvent. Now you see you can look into 3-particle Martin, all the games of statistical mechanics I can play now. And look into defined distance between phenyl 7, phenyl 18, phenyl 11, phenyl 18, and then give the mole fraction of geometry. See who is opening, who is collapsing, how the unfolding process. I can go into orientation correlation. I can look into it. I bring a DMSO group here. It is there in the simulation, and then I look into the angle between them and how this angle opening up. Real microscopic details. I think many people should do this actually. It's a lot of fun. Then I can look into this again. Vicky and Sushmita's work. We can do these calculations are not 100% quantitatively reliable, but they capture the basic physics. That you can see the ruggedness. That by adding DMSO and doing a calculations, you can see this kind of free and minimum. So protein folding and unfolding, many contacts form which are metastable. They are not fully stable, but they open up. So this is a physics which is quantitatively not correct 100% probably, but they are qualitatively to serve the purpose. That how unfolding proceeds, how earlier DMSO, how these things intermediate state forms. Okay. I really don't know people should do this work. And we have many other things in water, many other proteins we have done, and we can see how selectively different proteins behave differently in DMSO, in urea, and urea we know opens up the beta helix and DMSO breaks the beta sheets, and DMSO opens up the helix. This preferential difference we can see beautifully that opens up. You can find the free energy landscape of these two proteins, and this will be made into video, and I leave the PowerPoint. It's already there in the computer. If you're interested, you can get that. And the binary mixture itself is quite interesting, which I have no time to go into that. It's different again. And one little on this, that the contact order parameter of the protein folding energy landscape, again what Sushmita found out. You can find the landscape and can find the pathway. This is a big game that many people are doing, but we did ourselves in a way. And when you do things like that from India alone, completely creative way, independent way, 50% of the things you do, you find, or 60% other people have done it, but you are left with 50% or 40% where you are creative and you are doing it for the first time. And these are, as I said, fairly heavily cited papers. Many of the papers we have done out of nowhere in Bangalore are cited really very well. So one can go ahead, and another new thing that we are trying to develop is a Marcus electron transfer theory of protein folding. And something which I don't know who was talking yesterday, but I was telling you yesterday, that how powerful this simple picture is. I didn't tell him then because I was going to talk of it here, then how one can develop protein folding and unfolding, and what you were saying yesterday exactly, the depth, delta G between the two can be used to get the free energy barrier. That's the essence of the Marcus theory, the great Marcus theory, the activation barrier. So here also, but here what are the order parameters? The order parameters are the distances, the contact pair. I started my talk saying the essential thing of protein folding is the contact pair, something which is not emphasized sufficiently even by people like Peter Molyneux. Okay, so estimate of unfolding times one can make by doing the dynamical Marcus theory by using small post cube. We have played that game from 20 years ago. And you can get the times which are okay. We also did the Hanan, time to stop, acknowledgements. I started all these things by my primary mentor, Bob Swansea, and Paul Barbara, his great friend whom we lost, both we lost. He died 2 years ago and he died. These were done, Suman and Ono. Suman did all the homopolymer work, almost entirely himself. And of course, after I told you, you won't get this. PhD thesis unless he does something interesting, so he did them. Extremely brilliant, but you push a little. Auto is NCL Pune, showing up with much of the hydrophobic and other things. Also, hydrophobic force law is working. Shushmita did the unfolding work and many other things on solution dynamics in IKEA. She is in Houston, she is in Germany, NCL faculty. Should have got many faculty positions, but somehow wanted to stay close to his wife, and he's an NCA today. And thank you for your attention.
Would you like to take some questions?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Sir, I have one question and one clarification. Sir, if somebody wants to take a real protein and real folded protein and consider the contribution of the hydrophobic forces for the folding and the specific interaction including hydrogen bonding. So what is your comment, sir, that it is basically dominated by the hydrophobic force?
I think this is something I was telling yesterday to you or somebody, even in this impact kind of a problem. Or this problem in general, we have now in a position to do a very good job and doing exactly the calculation that you are suggesting. One should do that in a protein data bank. And for that you have to
sir, urea 8 molar, so that is the denaturant, and then markup to ethanol. So markup to ethanol is a structure breaker. Disulfide bond is being So the two stuff is happening one time,
right?
For example. So, in order to say conclusively that it is the contact or hydrophobic force, is there any definite experiment or?
I think this is a thing that you have to gradually go into the problem. For example, the experiments that we did, we tried to denature 4 proteins with urea, and then 4 proteins with DMSO. One is the helix breaker and this beta shape. We could find out who is doing what. So what are the relative strength? As you know, this is in the Lupert Strad book. There is a beautiful discussion he quoted verbatim of Linus Pauling, Korean Pauling. There, this I spent some time in this summer. Korean Pauling said that you should consider beta sheet as the most stable structure, followed by alpha helix, because according to their language, alpha helix is more disorder, more entropy is there. Now, in this thing, this enthalpy and entropy, their considerable entropy remains within a native state. which people have not talked about. This consider of native unique native state is kind of wrong, because there's a lot of disorder there. Even in side chains have a lot of entropy. So I think one should take just a title with HP36, a simple protein, and ask the question that you're asking. Systematically. Just beat it to death. Do molecular mechanics, do simulation, do experiments. And I think it's worth doing it. Then what is the dimensionality of the problem? What are the relative things? People, I don't think have done that. Too many theoreticians are doing too many simulations and too many goddamn postulates. But you have to just be less ambitious, but the old-fashioned honesty tackling the problem. Yeah, go ahead.
So if there is no question, I need one.
Go ahead. Yeah, don't think about it.
Sir, in your experiment and the simulation, the two hydrophobic surfaces are collapsing together. Why the ordinate started from 5 angstrom? Because you see the roughness, 1.5 angstrom.
No, but say, what, 2 water, 2.8, 2.8.
Yes.
Half of that, 1.5, 1.4, 2.8, and 0.7, 0.7, 1.4, 4.2 angstrom. So 4.2 angstrom is very touch. So there is no point. No, we stopped long before 5 angstrom. We stopped at 7.5 angstrom. So that we allow one water layer inside. After that, it's not meaningful at all. But the drying transition takes place near 12 to 13 angstrom. So there are 3 layers that can be here.
So did you find any polarization effect of the water molecules?
Absolutely, fantastic question. Read mine, really makes me happy. We wrote a paper with Ajit Biswas on reverse micelle. It was an experiment of Michael Fair. He found that water molecules within reverse micelle is faster than Mach. Water is 2.7 because again orientation, it seems reverse micelle is 0.9. Then he backed out because Michael Fair always disowns his own experiment. He's a great guy. But we took it seriously. It's a real case where an experimentalist does not believe his experiment, but a theoretician believes. Okay? And so what we did is the following. We said, okay, the water molecules here is bonded like that to sulfonic group. And this one is opposite direction. So one is up, one is down. We did the Ising model calculation. Right. And you find that in the middle, they are completely free. So they are not interacting. They rotate very fast. We did that in Mercedes bench model, where we now, came out with Soikov and Rajiv, JCP, where you show by doing a many-dimensional kind of a real orientation of the tendency, we show that they are oppositely propagating. And here they interfere. And because of the interference is one of the reasons of the attractive force. Yes, very nice question. But read my simple reverse micelle paper. That everybody, like, Topogov told me, Hendrikov told me, they just admire.
So
Rajiv tells me.
Your toy model.
My toy. Yeah, most of my models are toys. Okay.
We have one first year biology integrated. Please.
Oh, they are asked the most difficult question.
Very good, very good.
Sir, in one of your slides,
Why you come forward? That's fine. I think if you come forward, your face will look nice. You look at the camera.
Come camera, in front of camera.
sir,
Yes.
sir, in one of your slides, you mentioned about, you actually showed the picture of a graph where towards my left, there was this position where the unfolded proteins diagram was drawn. There was this, it was a bell-shaped curve, and towards my right, there was this.
It's very early. Yeah.
So doesn't that defy the folding, the folding funnel model? Because the folding funnel model says that.
Oh no, the very good question. And this is a very common misconception again among students. See, that's the free energy diagram. Free energy diagram, folded unfolded state are almost similar. Folded state is slightly more stable. Folding funnel is entropy versus enthalpy versus entropy. So that is a different altogether. So that folding funnel with entropy and enthalpy, or enthalpy and entropy. So we take the free energy and divide it. That means we take entropy and enthalpy separate, then plot it. So those are two different things, and there is no contradiction.
And sir, is there anything called?
This is a very important point because students do not understand that even when the folding funnel is like that, at the free energy, It's very different. And they are very close and similar in green and unfolded state, unfolded state. 2 kcal per mole, 4 kcal per mole, that's all. Yes.
So is there anything called the non-hierarchical method of folding? Because what we talked about throughout the, like what you mentioned about, was about the hierarchical model. That is, first there would be a nucleation, there would be a foldomer, and after that
No, I did not say that. What I said, there could be a nucleation in my simple homopolymer.
Yes.
Okay. I believe, and this is again one has to be very careful, every protein has its own story. I won't be surprised that we find 100 different cases or 100 different classes. Some proteins will fold by nucleation, some by just hydrophobic collapse and subsequent reorganization. Some proteins beta sheet will form first, alpha helix later. Some alpha helix will form first, beta sheet later. So each has been designed in a way rather randomly over many years of evolution. We give too much credit to nature, but nature does what it can. So I won't put my A on any of the model. I'll say we have to be careful. I don't think there is any conclusive evidence of nucleation based model. There is not. I don't believe it. Maybe some specific case there is some. Hydrophobic collapse, everybody believes. And subsequent to hydrophobic collapse, it takes it to what is the middle of the funnel called molten growing state, where things get difficult, ruggedness becomes very big. Contacts break and form, finally find the way out in a multidimensional. That's a two-dimensional, but as I told you, I should have that slide. I don't know where the hell left those slides, I put them back. The multidimensional random walk in a multidimensional landscape. But you can read the papers on Newman and Stein, and we have two papers. Then the first one with Shoikar, Seki, K. Seki and myself. Both I think one is 2015, one is 2016. The multidimensional nature. Now coming back, so I will not vouch for anything happening. I think every case is different. This is one thing people forget. That very, very clear. Then some people in the audience will be able to explain many of your questions, like Biman Bagchi. He spent I believe too long in a group, which is very biased, but still is a group. He knows a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I have a question like we always say that when protein folds at the liquid state, this is a unique conformation. Means all the contact points are uniquely defined, which means any other configuration of contact map should have much more high energy, should be much more unstable compared to this. So, is it really the case? I mean, if you vary,
See, I believe in
the most nearest next.
If you look at the evolution and utility point of view, nature really won't care about whether there is unique native state or not. It would care about, of course, that whether the enzyme serves its purpose. Like lysozyme will have the active site, which aspartate one side, methionine one side. ADK, we were worked on, you have this 3 arginine to get a triphosphate. 3 positive charge gets 3 negative charge. And it kind of captures it and brings it inside. So, there is a general principle that I don't think nature cares too much about once its purpose is served. So, there will be certain degeneracy in configurations. But so long it serves its purpose, it's fine. But what is the purpose? Purpose is this biological activity.
So the native state conformation may not be unique.
Of course, no. This is a wrong thing. That wrong thing that has been told to people. Yes, sir.
What is a native structure? The reason is asking this question is actually protein does not have a static structure. Now we with this fluorescence spectroscopy we can measure in what time scale a protein is kind of doing breeding microscopy. It always comes in microseconds. Now can the theories predict the conformational dynamics of the protein? It is not just one structure. It is
Sure. Actually, to add to what you say, that there are say a number of side chains. There is a beautiful paper by Phil Gisler and others, which I learned actually in Houston, and there is one more from Chinese group. I wrote this BNS commentary. There is a huge amount of entropy that Freund keeps talking about with the side chain. And side chains, we looked into the side chain motions. The side chains really have a large diameter fluctuations. And we looked into arginine lysozyme, and the 9 of the arginine are really well exposed, and arginine is a long. So it's almost traversing the whole hydration layer. And this fluctuating and making what is as if an active matter. That means there are continuous energy being pumped into first layer, hydration layer. So much entropy is there. And if you now look into side chain, you see it is anharmonically coupled to the core. So core is vibrating and side chains are undergoing these dihedral rotations. It's an extremely dynamical thing. There are a lot of entropy in side chain and also considerable entropy in the core. So it is not a unique state at all. But uniqueness comes only in its biological activity. You should not think of anything else.
Another thing is, suppose I crystallize a protein with alcohol, it is known that the alcohol binds with specific residue.
Right.
So that is found in simulation also.
We might be doing ethanol. That is the kind of thing we wanted to go into. Sushmita was, but Schiller preferred that. That is very much we want to do. That in the, but we have not done that yet. But we are doing a lot of work on ethanol. See, our problem is that we are not only doing, we found water ethanol, water DMSO, themselves are very interesting chemical systems. They show a lot of beautiful things.
Yeah, but I read your this hill. What is that?
You don't remember what you read?
No. That 8036.
Oh.
In alcohol, actually the whole structure size varies.
Right.
So actually this paper.
That you also reproduced in different things. Yeah. So
Okay.
let's not talk about it.
In that paper, you have not mentioned specifically where is the position of the alcohol. You have said what the structure of the protein. But when you add a little bit of alcohol.
In DMSO, we have said that they come in the first idea, and there is a paper of Sushmita with DMSO in lysozyme and one JPC that's getting